Welcome back to the Bluegrass on this beautiful September day. It's a little rainy, a little cloudy, but the temperature's nice and we're making good progress with Bella, the German Shepherd. So I thought I'd make a quick check-in video. I made this video the other day, I think it was Saturday, and I entitled it something along the lines of protection dog or scared dog, right? And so I took my chair and I sat out in the field and I brought Bella out. And you could tell Bella was a little bit apprehensive, you know, but then when the other dogs came out, she started snipping and snapping. And I made the point that this kind of dog, you know, German Shepherds, Malinois, Dutch Shepherds, any of the popular, what people think of as protection dog breeds, right? They require a ton of early socialization because by nature, they're skeptical dogs. In other words, when I say skeptical, let's just lay it on the, you know, lay it on the table, they're scared. You know, and that, when I say that, man, it really brings people out of the woodwork. Breeders, aficionados of the breed, they hate it when you say anything about a dog being scared or having some type of structural issues, right? And that's why those types of problems are perpetuated. For instance, the lady that bought this dog, like, she's a super nice lady. She's an awesome lady, right? She just wanted a loyal, like, protection dog, one that would bond to her, right? But when I go to explaining what those words mean, okay, there's two types of explanations. There's the breed fan club, the breed aficionado definition, right? And then there's the guy who has to take care of a bunch of dogs in an open air environment, right? I'm taking care of a bunch of dogs, right? And all the dogs are running around. I've got tons of little kids that come out here. I got tons of adults. I got tons of old people that come out here. And so I have to have an objective, not a subjective understanding of the different breeds. And that always drives me crazy because, like, I'll make a video and it's not like I'm making it up. I'm not a talking internet head, right? I'm not sitting in my car making dumb videos. I'm not sitting in a little, office in my basement making videos about dogs. I'm literally showing you guys the day-to-day operations of a family working kennel, right? You don't ever catch me making videos where there's no dogs, right? There's always dogs. We're always outside. We're always doing stuff. And then, so when I make videos, I literally demonstrate what's going on with the dogs. And I showed you what happened the other day. I took this German Shepherd out. It's a little bit under socialized. I let the other dogs out. She tried to bite them. And then I get comments, like crazy, dumb, hater comments from people who don't think well. And they're like, Stonnie, you set the dog up for failure. Stonnie, that's not a true indicator of the breed. That dog has poor genetics, whatever. Look, guys, this is, what's today, cameraman? Tuesday? I made that video on Saturday. Look how much progress this dog has already made. And you might say, well, Stonnie, what secret technique did you do? I didn't do any secret techniques, right? Okay, this dog, the origin of this dog is a farm dog, right? And so farm dogs historically were bred to socialize to what's on the farm and keep stuff on the farm if it's supposed to be there, and the stuff that's off the farm to keep it off the farm, right? They have a distinct in-group, out-group preference, okay? And so this dog, she just hadn't had much in the way of early life exposure as to what constitutes, things that are friendly versus unfriendly, things that are in the in-group versus the out-group. And you might say, okay, Stonnie, well, the important thing then is to expose her to the other dogs. The important thing is to let her get some experience, maybe do some counter conditioning. No, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to go back to the basics and prepare her for being able to, like, do a remedial socialization program or prepare her for, like, whatever type of counter conditioning routine that you want to establish. It starts with exercise and environmental socialization. So what I do with her every day is I load these mentor dogs up and we take a walk, right? And this is the thing that most dog trainers either won't tell you because they don't know, or they won't tell you because they're lazy. Okay, there is an inverse relationship between exercise and anxiety. When the exercise is high, the anxiety is low. And when the exercise is low, the anxiety is high. It's that simple, guys. And so I have this nervous dog, and you know me, I like doing food work, right? I like using the clicker. I like doing all kinds of stuff. That's not the issue here. The issue is I can't go to counter conditioning the dog when she's so anxious, and she's anxious because she had a ton of extra energy. So what do? I just come out here to my little outside pre-adventure area, and we walk. And we walk and we walk and we walk. And when we first started, I would bring her out here with one dog. And now a few days later, I'm bringing her out here with 3 dogs. And then tomorrow it'll be 5. And the day after that, it'll be 10. And the day after that, it'll be 15, And we're just going to keep walking And we're going to keep exposing her to different environments and different distraction levels in the environments and all these different dogs that are well socialized. And she's going to gradually get to where she expands her definition of what her in-group is. In other words, what her friends are, right? The thing is, with a protection dog, guys, if there's no fear, okay, then there's no protection. The whole idea of protection is that the dog senses some bit of impending harm, right? It's like, oh, I better do something or something bad's going to happen, okay? If you don't have that, then what you have is a dog that's just looking for conflict, right? Like, and I've had plenty of them. I've had all kinds of dogs, you know. Some buddies of mine raise, well, I won't get into these type of pit bulls that they raise, but listen, they raise dogs that look for conflict every day. They have very little in the way of fear, right? They want to have conflict. They want to have it right now. They want to have it tomorrow. They want to have it the next day, and they never stop wanting to have it. They're game dogs, okay? You know, Jack Russells. I've seen a million game Jack Russells. So don't tell me about, like, dogs that don't have any fear, because dogs that don't have any fear sit at your house and they look for chances to engage with anything that'll have conflict with them, right? And that's not a protection dog. What you want out of a protection dog is a dog you send out in the front yard with your daughter, and the dog just hangs around with your daughter, and she plays dress up and plays tea and crumpets and what happens. And then when somebody comes up, the dog goes, oh, wait a minute, that person might be here to do us harm. I better run them off, or I better engage with them. I better use a threat display or actual violence to protect what my in-group, my friends, my family, okay? I can't have outside with my daughter a dog that's looking for conflict because it's playing tea with my daughter, and the mailman comes up and the dog's like, oh, there's somebody to fight with. That wouldn't be a protection dog. The idea of a protection dog is the dog acts normal until it senses some type of impending harm or danger. Right? In other words, it gets scared. It's what the dog does when it's scared that counts, okay? And so, like I talked about this dog being scared, or like the other types of dogs being scared. Listen, I'm just telling you the truth. I've watched it a million times. I've watched these dogs be scared of other dogs. I've watched them be scared of tile floors. Hey, if you know anybody in the dog business, okay, ask them about walking a fancy German Shepherd across a wet tile floor, okay? I'm not even gonna say anything extra about that. If you're in the dog business, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so like people give me a hard time. They say, Stonnie, that's not good dog training. Who? Show them, cameraman. Who's out here doing better dog training than me? Who do you know that's out there in their videos, is out walking around out here like this? Who has a kennel like mine where we exercise the dogs every day and we do everything we can to build up their physical and mental resilience, okay? So don't come to my channel making nonsense comments. I'm not. Somebody even accused me of like, oh, Stonnie, that's like a clickbait video. You set that dog up for failure so you could get, listen, if I wanted just to have a big dog training channel, you don't think I know what the masses want? I don't even have to be smart. YouTube creators tells you how to get a lot of views. I don't want a giant channel full of people I don't like. I like people that I like to watch my channel. I make videos that I would like to watch, right? And in that way, I attract clients who I like to do business with. I'm not trying to have everybody as a client. I'm trying to get people that think like me to be clients, okay? So anyway, that's just my little rant for the day. And all I was trying to say here is that, guys, don't take it personal when I give you an objective evaluation of your breed. If you want to comment in my comment section, well, okay, make a comment that makes sense, you know, and I'll address it nicely. If you make comments that are just attacks on me personally or what I do, well, then listen, you're going to get what you get, okay? But for those of you who wanted to know what I'm doing with this dog, this is what I'm doing. I'm going outside and I'm going for walks with her. And on each of those walks, I'm steadily exposing her to a wider variety of environments and types of environmental stimulation, right? So we're taking her out with the mentor dogs right now. We'll just keep adding in dogs, and we'll get the dogs at the kennel here till we get up to a big group of 10 or 15 or maybe 20 dogs out here. And then we're gonna go to town and we're gonna do the same thing with traffic. And then we're gonna go to the farm, and like right over here, you know, my buddy has a bunch of cattle, so we'll go over here to the farm and we'll do farm animals, and we'll go do horses. And basically that's all it is, because the dog, these German Shepherds, Malinois, Dutch Shepherds, all these versions of farm dogs, really, like, people overestimate the importance of the formal training. You know how long it takes me to get a dog like this to walk on a leash, or to sit, or to lay down, or to do my small challenges course? It takes me, I mean, literally a matter of days, okay? But having a dog that understands cued behaviors, okay, but it's under-socialized, it doesn't give you anything. I mean, everybody in the world has a dog that minds perfectly in their kitchen when they're reaching in the treat jar, okay? What we're trying to do is give people dogs that don't have to be micromanaged. Give people dogs that I'm talking to you guys. I don't want to be having to micromanage this dog. I just want to trust that she's not biting the other dogs, or she's not running off because she's afraid, or she's not barking at my neighbor because they're out working in their garden. Okay, so for me, what's important with this type of dog is to get out of the way, get out of the dog's way, and let it mature into the type of dog that that made people like it in the first place. The reason people like the German Shepherds and the Malinois and the Dutch Shepherds and all that is because back when people really needed farm dogs, they looked around and they said, hey, look, that's a good type of dog. And they bought them and took them home, and the pressures that develop the breed in the farm life, okay, it makes for a good dog. And so my point was simply, if you get this kind of dog, make sure you can put it in an environment where the dog can mature naturally, right? So you have to expose it to a lot, and you have to give it plenty of exercise, because these dogs are given to, really like expressing a lot of anxiety when you're not exercising them very much, okay? The formal education is simple. With any of these dogs, any of the herding dogs, any of the farm dogs, like teaching them to heel, to come, to stay, to get in a truck, come on. That takes a few minutes. But what doesn't take a few minutes is making them so that you can go to the beer and burger shop, you can go to the pizza shop, and you can leave them on the patio and go in to order another beer and not have them bark at people, not have them bite dogs that come up, or not have them bite little kids that reach over their head, right? So quit making excuses for those kinds of dogs, and quit making excuses for people that buy those kind of dogs and don't have the type of lifestyle that's going to allow those dogs to be the best version of themselves that they can be. Right? That's the whole point of the video the other day. It was socialize these dogs and don't buy them if you can't put them in a lifestyle that will help them maximize their potential. So if you have a problem with that message, okay, then you have a problem with common sense, and I don't want you watching my channel anyway. All right, so I'll see y'all next week.